If you've had it with PCOS and all the symptoms that go along with it, then this short video could potentially help you a lot and maybe even change the trajectory of your life. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and I've taken care of hundreds of women over the years with PCOS, both before and after I knew the things that I'm about to tell you in this short video. The menstrual irregularities, hair growing where it shouldn't, but also not growing where it should, acne, infertility, dysmenorrhea, bad moods, and just excess androgens in your body can make your life something that you really don't want it to be. So if there were something simple that you could do that would begin to immediately improve your PCOS symptoms, wouldn't you do that? The vast majority of the symptoms of PCOS come from hormone irregularities. The two most commonly spoken about are elevated testosterone and elevated DHEA. But did you know that that's not the root cause of the problem? The root cause of your problem is from hyperinsulinemia. Now, the way this works is if you eat too many carbohydrates for your personal physiology, that causes you to have a condition called hyperinsulinemia. Hyperinsulinemia causes you to store fat inappropriately, store too much fat, but it also causes you to have inappropriately higher levels of testosterone and DHEA, and it also messes with your other hormones as well, which very often makes you store fat around your belly and in places that you'd rather not have fat stored at all. Now, research has clearly shown that women with PCOS often store fat around their belly, more in a male type fat storage pattern than a female type fat storage pattern. And also research has shown that people with PCOS tend to have more cravings for carbohydrates. Thus, they eat more carbohydrates, thus their insulin is higher, thus the other things I just talked about. So if the root cause of PCOS is hyperinsulinemia, then the way you correct that is to eat a diet that's very, very low in carbohydrates. This is going to allow your insulin level to return back to low normal. And when that happens, your testosterone levels and your DHEA levels and the levels of your other hormones start to return to normal. Now, this is not going to be overnight. This is going to take weeks to months for this to happen, and then also for all the symptoms that you may have been suffering with for years to start to reverse and to slowly improve. But I promise you it's worth the effort and it's worth the wait. So here are some simple steps for starting on this journey to reverse your PCOS or to at least greatly improve the symptoms. Step number one is to lower the amount of carbohydrates in your diet. Most women start to notice PCOS symptom improvements when they get their total daily carbohydrate intake under 50 total grams a day. Now, some women have to lower it down to even 20 total grams of carbohydrates a day. If so, I promise either way it's going to be worth the effort that you have to exert to get the benefits that you're dreaming of. Next is to make sure that any carbohydrates you do eat are basically veggie carbohydrates. You do not want to be eating sugar, added sugar, naturally occurring sugar. You don't want to be eating grains like wheat, rice, oats, and corn. All these contain starch. And that starch turns immediately to sugar in your body, which causes your insulin level to, can you guess? Skyrocket. That's right. And so any starchy food whatsoever is going to turn into sugar. That's going to raise your blood glucose. That's going to raise your insulin. And that's going to lead to all the bad symptoms of PCOS. The next step is to absolutely not drink any carbohydrates whatsoever. Do not drink sodas, of course, duh. But also don't drink fruit juices. Don't drink fruit juice smoothies. Don't drink anything that has a carbohydrate in it. Don't drink anything with sugar in it. Now, if you've removed all those carbohydrates from your diet, then you may not be left with much food. And so what you're going to do is you're going to replace those carbohydrates with healthy fats and healthy proteins. And so for most people, this is going to include eating a lot more meat. With the fat that comes on the meat, it's going to include eating a lot more eggs with the yolk. Do not throw those yolks away. For some people, it's going to include full-fat dairy, but for some women, they actually find that dairy can make their PCOS symptoms worse. So you get to make the decision on that one. Now, I have 4 other videos on this channel about PCOS, and watching all 4 of those videos along with this one is going to give you more information about exactly how to start to reverse your PCOS symptoms. Many of those videos have research articles linked in the show notes down below, just like this video does. And I don't want you to blindly believe me. I want you to read the research or print out a copy of the research and take to your doctor, because what I've just said in this video may be something that you've never heard from your doctor. So definitely have a conversation with your healthcare provider. Hope this video helps. This is Dr. Berry. See you next time.